So hey, what's up programmers, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to talk about ReactJS. Now I have already made it a tutorial on Angular, and why React then? Then React has some features that Angular don't have, so that's why we are going to learn React. Now first of all, open up your terminal. Oh my gosh, my battery, but still it is charging, so let me take my mic. Okay, so pull up your terminal and make sure you have Node.js and npm both are installed. So make sure that both are installed, and then you just need to go to your folder where you want to create a React app. So let me just create a new folder in my code playground, and in my web projects, ReactJS, and then right here I can just create a new folder, or simply what I can do, I can open a terminal, and right into the terminal you can just do one thing, which is my caps lock. Okay, so just do npx. But what is npx? Now what is npx? Okay, so let me tell you what is npx. So like we have npm node package manager, which with the help of npm we can install node packages like we want to install, let's say we want to install bootstrap, so we can use that npm. But what npx do is npx install all the dependencies that needs to be installed globally, but that npx install it. So let me just show you npx. So here we go, npx, and okay, so there is npx. So what npx do, it install all the dependencies only for one time. So it so this execute command either from a local node modules.bin or from, oh my gosh, this is not what we want, but just think that for creating a React app we need npx, and after this we need npx create React app, and then the name of your app, like my app or whatever you want to call your app. So we can just go to ReactJS.org, and here you will find the complete documentation. So we can just go get started, and then in get started we can just go to create new React app, and as you can see we got let me zoom in, we got npx create React app, my app, cd my app, npm start. So these are commands to create a new React app. So let me pull up the terminal, and we have npx create React app, my app. Instead of my app you can just do anything like tutorial or whatever you want. Just so for me I'm gonna just go with tutorial and enter. So once again you just need is a Node.js in npm installed, and because npm is a part of npx, npx is a part of npm. Okay, so it is installing some of the dependencies like react DOM, react scripts, and craw template, which is gonna just uninstall that when we have our template. Now when this is building the app, let me tell you something, which is Visual Studio Code. So code.visualstudio.com / actually we don't need to go to /downloads, we can just go to code.visualstudio.com just right here, and you know what, you can install this code editor. This is an awesome code editor. With this you can use React you can use a lot of functionalities that you can use to building your React app really easily. Okay, so really easily, that's matter, because you can also use something like gedit if you're on Linux, If you are on Windows, you can use Notepad. If you're on Mac, it's gonna be just text editor. You can use something like Emacs, which is my preferred code editor, but for beginners I recommend going with Visual Studio Code. This is the only option for beginners, but if you want to just become a pro, you can use Emacs. Just joking, bro. Okay, so and let me now finally, I think that's React app is done. Now it is still creating this, so we can just go to the documentation. It says npx on the first line is not a typo. It's a package manager runner tool that comes with npm 5.2 plus. Okay, so if you have npm 5.2 plus version, then you already get the npx. Okay, so yeah, you need 5.6 greater than or equals to 5.6 npm and greater than or equals to 10.16 node.js. Okay, so make sure you have both of the things, and then you got the main concepts and hello world. And now here, as you can see, there's a small example that we are also going to get. So now as you can see, this is done. Creating a React app, it took 2 minutes. Okay, so depend on your computer. Okay, so it takes 2 minutes, and it gives us some of the scripts that it has, like npm run build will build the app into the static files for production. Means if you wanna just get this app on the server, you wanna just deploy this, so you can run npm run build and it's gonna just create all the static files. And then we have npm test, npm run eject, but it suggests you that you begin by typing these commands. So I can just manually type them, cd tutorial, and then I can just do an npm start. So first of all, let me clear the screen and npm start. As you can see, I am on Node.js version 12.21.0. actually I need to update this. Let me see what's the latest version. Nodejs.org. Okay, so I am an older version, but I can just install this one. But for now, just go with this and npm start. So whatever is the latest version, just install that one. I don't know why I have installed this one. I think that I installed it previously. Now when you run your React app, it's gonna just start a development server at localhost 3000. Okay, so localhost port 3000, it's gonna just start that app. Let me close these other tabs, and then you have a lot of things. So now React app comes with JSX. But what is JSX? Like in normal JavaScript, you have integer, string, a lot of things and a lot of data types. But in the JSX, you can use HTML as a data type and a lot of things you can do with HTML. So as you can see, we got our first React app, which looks awesome. It says that edit the source app.js and save to reload, and we can also learn React by clicking this. So it's gonna just open this website which we already have. So let's just open Visual Studio Code. Now React is mostly like Angular, just some of the basic difference. Okay, so if you already know Angular, then you know most of the thing. Okay, my updates available, but I don't want to update now. Okay, so let's open VS Code, which is already opened. So we can just select the dark theme. If you installed it for the first time, which I have done for tutorial, so we will get a new start. So we can go to extensions, and I recommend installing one extension, which is gonna be the React and this is one, ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native Snippets. I know there's a long extension, and if you already know that, I have also made it an extension which is also hosted on GitHub. So you can just search for ProgrammingFire, and you will get these two extensions that I have made it. First is Java code snippets. There is a awesome snippets, and this is a theme, so I liked my own theme. Just some bare changes to be done. As you can see, this look like this, very awesome. So we can just wait for this installed, and as you can see now, I can just select this look pretty awesome. So I can just open any folder. So the folder is code playground, web projects, ReactJS and tutorial. So we can just select this folder, and then it's gonna just open this folder in Visual Studio Code. Really simple. Yes, I trust all the author. Why Microsoft is telling us about the privacy? Okay, so we don't need this sidebar. We can just use Control P. Actually, for now, I'm gonna just disable this theme. So, okay, not settings. I just need to go to color theme, and then I wanna use default dark. Okay, so as you can see, we got public folder, which is our public folder, means whatever in this can access by anyone who comes to our website, like robots.txt, favicon.ico. So let me go and show you a little example. If I slash favicon.ico, do this, it's gonna just give me, oh my gosh, spelling. We got our file, our favicon.ico, which is right into our public folder. So as you can see, we got this right here. We can also access like that robots.txt, and as you can see, we got our robots.txt, which is right here. So let me go back to Visual Studio Code, and which is right here. So if we change something here, like this as robots.txt in public folder, okay, we can just save this, and we can just go right here, and now if I refresh, it's gonna just give us this. So whatever in the public folder, we can access it through our website. But that's not the case with a source folder or any other folder. So a public folder is the only folder that can be accessed through a user, but we have source folder, which is just our source code. So let me go to index.html, which is our entry point to our website. So as you can see that we literally don't have a lot of things. So let me just enable a setting, which is zoom, mouse wheel zoom. So with that, we can just zoom in with our mouse. It helps a very lot. Okay, now here, as you can see, we got head. Okay, so head HTML, all the boilerplate code. We got title, we got some links and other things. But in body, if you look, we have two elements only. But if you look at the website, let me go back to the website. It looks very awesome, and this is not actually the website that actually this is not index.html code. But how do we get the index.html code? So this is no script, means when you don't have JavaScript enabled or you are using a very old browser, this is gonna show to that user. You can edit this obviously with CSS, you can add JavaScript. So, obviously JavaScript not gonna run, but still here you can add more things. But look at this, div id equals to root. This is the root of our application. So if I go right into the app.js, sorry, index.js. Okay, so index.js. So this let me just open that up also, so you will get a perfect thing. So index.html, so it is div id root, and this is coming from, you know what, this coming from index.js. So this and index.js import react DOM, see index.css app, and what it does, it just get the element by id, which is root, which is this element right here, and it gonna just render app, which is app. What is app? So this is app.js, means first we go to index.html, and after index.html you select this element and render app.js, and then app.js render this, and inside of app.js we can also have a lot of more components, means so this is JSX. So as you can see, we got a function that return HTML. Yes, it return HTML. So yeah, and if I create a variable, let's say const new var equals to 32, let's say, okay, equals to 32, and let's say where we have this, I don't want this, and I only want a h1. Okay, so first of all you need to click on this JavaScript right here and set this to JSX, because it doesn't know this is a JavaScript React file. He thinks that this is a normal JavaScript file, but no, it's not. So let's add a h1, and this is gonna be the value in var, in new var is, and you can use these two brackets to add a JavaScript expression, like you can run a arrow function, and you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is a JavaScript expression, and new var. So we can just render new var inside of the HTML. Okay, so now if I look back into our app, it's gonna just render, you know what, I think it's because of the, oh my gosh, okay, I didn't save this file so my problem. So it's gonna just say that value in new var is 32, which is correct. Yeah, that's the value in this. Now I'm not gonna be going into the depth of React, because if you already know Angular, that's mostly React. Okay, so on the source folder we can create another folder like components, and in that I can create a components like header.js, and in this I can just do import React from React. Actually you don't need this, but still you can import, and then we can create a function. Okay, so what I recommend not typing this, just type RFC. So the extension we have installed just gonna give you this boilerplate code for a React function based components. So now in this div we can render an header. Now one thing I recommend checking out is the materialui.com. Okay, so you can just go materialui.com. so there's a CSS or JavaScript framework for React. This include most of the thing you need, so you can just go get started installation, and you can install this with npm or yarn, whatever you use. So let me go right here, create a new tab, let me do starship, and user bin starship init user local bin starship. Okay, so I'm just enabling the prompt, so actually you can see this better. So init, so as you can see now our prompt changes. So you don't need this, but still I'm doing this. So as you can see, it says logo is not defined. Okay, so don't worry about this, just install this. So to install this, you just need to type npm install @material UI core. Now with core we also have something like material UI icons. We need to include Roboto font icons, and we also need to install material UI icons. Okay, and we can render it right here. So awesome library, very amazing. You can use it like Bootstrap, but this is a little different from Bootstrap. So let me install material UI icons also, and we also need to just include Roboto font and font icons. So first of all, Roboto font. You know what, I'm using Roboto font in my system also. So really amazing font. So let's include this in index.html. Add this right here, and we also need to include font icons. Let me just include this, save this. So we got icon, font and material, and now in the header, let me see if that's done. Yeah, this is done. Now we can just exit out of this terminal, and then we can just use this. Now to use this, first of all, go to components, and then in the components you get a lot of components. Now for me, I can just go and select any of them, like drawer, my favorite one. So this is gonna be a sidebar like this one. So you can just go right here and see whatever you like. Oh my gosh. So navigation, drawer, and then you can just go this one. My favorite is this one. You can just go any of the other one, but you can just copy the source code. Now we need to include a lot of things for this, so let's include them. So for what I recommend doing is just adding a comment. So comment as material UI. So it's gonna just separate this, because material UI, when you use material UI, you're gonna be using a lot of imports. So instead of doing every time you need to look at your imports, you can just separate them by comments. Okay, so that's what I done with my all the apps that I have done with React material UI. Okay, so now we can just use this like this. We only want actually sidebar, so we don't need anything else. Let me go and paste this. Now if I look back into our app, okay, I didn't save this. Okay, I see. Oh, wow. Okay, that's my mistake. First of all, I need to type this right here, and then I need to just so Control Shift, yeah, you take all this thing to the very top, right here. So actually I can do one thing. I can just remove this return. Now it should work. Okay, so we need like this, and then now to render this, you need to so to render this, you need to do a thing, which is you need to import this and then render this. So it doesn't know that we need to render this. Actually, I know a feature of VS Code, which is toggle screencast mode. This should help me. Okay, so I can just do some settings. So screen, okay, amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I can just see whenever I click, it's gonna just show us. So font a little bit slower, sorry, not slower, a little bit smaller. Now if I type, yeah, and then I can just go mouse, keyboard shortcut. Yeah, I want to just see only the keyboard shortcut. Vertical offset 10. Now I'm gonna just right here, and then I think we can just change the size. Yeah, there. 30. Okay, not here. 30. I don't know. I need to change this right here. So I don't know what is doing here. So I need to change this value. Okay, so 30. No, a lot. So I need a lot, like 70. Okay, it changes. So we can just use this to render this. We need to do some tweaks. So what tweaks we need to do? Actually, there's not a tweaks. It's gonna just we just need to include this. Okay, like any of them, like we do in Angular and other things. So we just need to. So just the syntax of the React, it's really simple. That's why I like React more than the Angular. But Angular has more features, so there's nothing better. Both are awesome. So I can just include this. Actually, it's on components. So components, header, dash header, and we can include this. Now to render this, we just do a header like this. We need to close this right here, and we need to just close this right like this. Now if we look at our website, reload, I think I can just okay, I save this. Yeah, we got this. As you can see, it works. Now let's talk about the so actually it is not rendering this because that gonna just take, and it's overriding this. Okay, so for now I don't need header, so let's remove this. And now let's talk about routes. In React we have React router, in Angular we have Angular router. So React router, is an awesome React router. Now you can use third-party router also, but this is from React, so you can just use this, or you can use any router if you like. Now React router is a little bit easy for me, so you can just install this with npm install react router DOM. So let's install this. I don't know why I didn't open that. So user local bin starship and fish pipe source. Let me get the prompt, and now here I can just install react router DOM, and it also includes react router. So react router DOM and react router is both the same thing. So now we can just use react router. So we can just close this tab, and I can just go right here, and I can just import the react router. So import, and we need to import a lot of things from react router, like we need to import these things. So we can just copy this back into our VS Code. We can just use them. So it's gonna just import browser router as router, switch route link. Now we don't need this link for now. What is this? I will tell you all the thing step by step. So first of all, we need router. Okay, so we need router. Actually I need to set this as JSX, so it's gonna just automatically done all the thing. So router, yeah. So in this router we need to wrap switch. So what we want to render every time, let's say we want something to render every time, like a href equals to slash about, and then let's say right here about, and then we want to render, so let's say this is our header and we want to render this in every page, obviously. So slash contact let's say just only about and home. Okay, so just about and home. So home, actually it's gonna be slash. Okay, so slash, not home. And then right here we want header to be rendered every time, so let me wrap this in a header. This is not a great header, but you can create a header, so that's upon you. So let me format a document. Actually I use Prettier to format all the documents, but I didn't sync my settings because I'm recording a video. Okay, I want to just get my VS Code as a default. So and then we want the main content, let's say, and in this main content we want to switch the content through our routes. So we can just add a switch. Oh my gosh, not this switch, this switch. Okay, so we want this switch. Let me close this switch, and then I want to just enter that here. So we want to switch these things so we can add a routes there. So the first route will be path. So first we need to give him it path. So path equals to, and the path will be about, and in about we also already want to render our about component. So if you have about component, that I recommend creating, so to create that you can just go to source and create a folder pages and then use this. But if you want to just create a very clutter project, so you can just use all the about thing right there. Okay, so I highly recommend using components for this, but if you want you can also use this right here. So now we can just go back to this, and as you can see, when we click on about, it's gonna just take us to about, and this gonna just render about. And if we are on slash, so we can just copy this, paste this, slash. Now you can also type exact. Now in slash we want to render home, let's say home. Now when we go to home, it's gonna just render home, and when we go to about, it's gonna just render about. But you notice what? This is not changing. Okay, so means we have successfully using React. So let me just add a line break, so it's gonna just like this. Okay, so when you click on about, it's gonna just give us about. So I can just move this right here, and I can just move this also right here. Now home, about, and about, home. But we used React router, but you know what, the page is reloading. And you know what, why we use React then? React is used to build single page applications, but why we use React when the page is reloading? Okay, so to change this, so you don't need to use a href equals to, you use, let me just format the code little bit. Okay, so you don't use anchor tags of HTML, you use link. Okay, so use link every time where you are using a or anchor tag, use link instead, and instead of href you need 2. So link 2 equals 2 and then your thing. Now as you can now see, when we click on about home, as you can see this a lot faster, and page is also not reloading, and you know what, it's really smooth. Now we can use another thing, which is that let's say you wanna use you are building a e-commerce website. Let's say if you are building an e-commerce website and you want /products/ product ID, or if you are building blog, then it's gonna blog, and you render a component here like products. So there is a component, we are going to create this component. So let's create this component right in here. So in components, I want to create products.js and RFC to create a React function based component. And then right here we can just, let's say you wanna render that components. So it's gonna just take so you can use parameters. So import use parameters. We're gonna just use params from React router, and then you can use this right here. So use params. Actually we can use params or like this const params para equals to the this. So we can use this like this, and param dot product ID you can use like this. And now if I go, it's gonna just give me product is not defined, and it's my mistake because we didn't import products. Okay, so we need to import products. So import products from /components product/products, and yeah, now we should have that. And now if I go to product / let's say it's a e-commerce website for, let's say, books. So we want, let's say, Harry Potter. Okay, so I just type Harry and Harry Potter. Okay, Potter, and you know what, we get an error. So let's see, and what's the error? So URL parameters, let's see, because I didn't use the parameters a lot. So here I got colon ID, the children is child. So let ID equals to use parameters. Okay, so we can use this like this. So we need to get this product ID. So ID is use parameters, and then we can just get the ID right here. We can just render this, and now if I refresh, we should get this. And you know what, we didn't get this. So let's come back with our Visual Studio Code, and let's see if we are running it right here. So exact path equals to products. Actually we don't need this exact. Okay, so now let's look back. and let's go to products slash Harry Potter. Okay, so let's see what they are using right here. So we want a children child. Okay, I got this. So we need to use, instead of rendering like this, we need to do rendering like this. So we need to add a children equals to product. So products. Okay, now let's see if this works. Now you know what, it doesn't work. Products. Okay, so products slash Harry, it says hook can only set return mesh parameters, id equals to use parameters, so const value equals to children, perhaps we get an error. So let's see what's the error is. So right here we have Netflix, Zillow. Okay, so there are a lot of things. Okay, I got this. Okay, that's my problem. Okay, so we need to just render this like this, and we don't need this now, like this. And now we can just refresh, and you know what, we didn't get this one more time. So let's go products slash Harry Potter. So now I don't know why now. So let's just go and do :project ID. Now if okay, so I got this. Let me just change this with product ID. Now we can just use product ID instead. Now okay, yeah, it got this. So you got products. If I go blank, it's gonna just show us this. If I go like this, okay, I need to just do. Okay, I got this. So you can see when we go to slash about, it's gonna just render that. But if I go to something like Harry Potter, okay, so it's gonna just render that. So whatever link we have done, like we just type contact, so it's gonna just render contact. So that's how you do this. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed video and learned something new about React. So bye bye.